op that is.
It is.
What?
It's pretty
Wow.
great.
It's all right. It's all right. I think
Got all this mess over here.
It's not too bad.
not too
Not
shabby,
at all.
y'all.
All right, guys. You know what it is. First round showdown, where we walk you through some of the best games of our childhood. This week's game, Metal Gear Solid for the PS1. Tactical espionage action shooter game where stealth is key. Back with my co-host here, Slow Mo Gaming and Freedom Gamer 38.
What is going
up,
on?
dude?
Hey,
Great to see everybody here. Thank you guys so much for coming back, brothers. It's great to see you guys too.
So before we get started, guys, don't forget to hit the heart. Don't forget to hit the bell. Get notifications anytime we go live. Very important.
yeah. It is.
All right. I
Turn on
just
the bell
lost my
notifications.
notes.
Hope everybody is having a great start of the week. We are always excited to come back to see you guys and talk about the love and the hate of the games that we've played.
Oh, for sure.
Indeed.
And
Love
honestly, like this is like my highlight of my week. I look forward to
Oh,
this.
for sure.
Yes,
For
sir.
I get
sure.
excited for it.
Slomo, I believe you had a special announcement.
Nova is in the house.
I don't think anybody's here, just Nova. But for everybody watching, I'm not wearing any pants.
No, this is Patrick.
Always great. Always great.
Keep that in mind as you're watching.
Yeah.
Slomo's not wearing pants.
Slomo's not wearing pants.
No tango pantalones.
Next
No
week will
much
be my turn to not wear pants. And it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for it.
We actually do this every week. Every
Rickles
week,
is
one of
also
us
here.
doesn't wear pants. Last week, Freedom didn't wear pants. So
We're all just going to take turns not wearing pants. It's going to be awesome.
It's part
Yeah.
of our charm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what everybody feels about this game.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
wait to tell you all about it. And I know there's some people here that are probably really not looking forward to what I have to say, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. As this week's host, I get to go last. So which one of you wants to go first?
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. That's a good idea. We should just only have one pair of pants and we mail it back and forth to each other every week.
Back and forth.
And every week, one person wears pants, the same pants.
It's got to be a Guinness Book of World Records for a pair of pants traveling.
Yeah.
When you put it like that, it makes it seem like you actually have seen that movie.
Oh, he for sure has.
Who, me? No.
Mm.
I'm just going by what it sounds like. But yeah, if you guys want to slow-mo, either you can start or I can start, whatever you feel.
Well, I can start. So the video footage you guys made isn't very anticlimactic. I have no video footage this week because I had some software issues. But I'm gonna go
CJ
ahead
in
and
the house as well.
talk about it anyway.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Things I did not like about this game, all of it. Just hated everything. No, I'm just kidding. My main issue with the game was the camera. I hate that security camera angle in any game. It's just so awful. And that game could have been so much better had it been either like a third-person shooter or a first-person shooter. In my opinion, some people may like that aspect. I did not. The combat was pretty terrible at times. And I just got found every time I turned around. Somebody was finding me. Griff saw the same guy find me like 10 times in a row. The same guy. And Griff's like, just use the box. I'm like, I didn't even know I had a box. And that was actually the only time I used the box the whole game.
I think
the
there
bosses.
I think there are 4 boxes in the game. I only got 2 of them.
Yeah,
No, there's 3.
Is
There's
there?
3. The plot is in the name. Don't have to tell you. I've never actually seen it, so I don't know if that's a true statement or not.
Oh, the pants thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to run through the boss order because usually I do boss videos. This time I could not. But Revolver Ocelot was ridiculously easy, which I mean, it's kind of expected from a first first boss.
I actually struggled with him.
I didn't struggle with him. I struggled catching him, but like the actual fighting of him was easy. I didn't have any issues with him. The one I had issues with, that tank, the M1. I had issues with that at first, until I figured out that those chaff grenades just like are the way to go. And honestly, the chaff grenade was like OP in this game. I use those for everything.
Rickle says it's a fantastic visual novel with some sneaking in between, but you wouldn't know that because slow-mo, you skipped all the cutscenes.
I did.
I did too.
Gray Fox.
It was a lot.
The cyborg ninja. I struggle with him a little bit, but I enjoyed that boss fight overall. Even though it was all hand-to-hand combat, I still enjoyed that boss fight.
So you didn't get hit by the tank?
Yeah, I kept getting blown up. I didn't know you had a chaff grenade, so I couldn't use its main gun.
He says ran over many times.
Oh, and then once it runs you over, you're stuck underneath it, and it just
yes, you can't get up.
Like you can't get up.
That's insane.
But
I never got hit by the tank, and I actually not the first. I got him down the second time because I just threw grenades at it constantly.
Yeah,
and it works.
But Ninja Fight, I also learned chaff grenades come in clutch there too. If you throw chaff grenades while he's running around, he can't move. So then you can just go beat him up.
If only you called Natasha, who tells you to use chaff. I don't know who Natasha is.
You skip the cutscenes and the discussion. You actually one of the things Campbell says, he gives you a radio, one of those numbers to call people, and he
Codec,
says he says to call her at this specific number, and that's the only way you actually find out.
Yeah, I never did that. Why use Natasha when you have a backseating chat?
Psycho Mantis.
Who will tell you the answer?
Psycho Mantis, people said I was going to struggle with, but I didn't.
I had technical issues with Psycho Mantis using an emulator.
I used an emulator, and I didn't have any issues.
But yeah, when you told me how you did it, then it worked for me. Then I didn't have an issue.
You have to do it. You have to swap controller ports during the cutscene, or it doesn't work.
Yep.
Sniper Wolf 1 was fine. The first fight, I didn't.
Annoying as hell.
My worst thing with Sniper Wolf 1 was having to go all the way back to the beginning. The Hind was annoying. I didn't. Not that it was hard. It was just annoying.
That's true. I do.
It was annoying because every time I would lock onto him, he'd just like fly behind something, and I wouldn't hit him, and that was annoying. And I almost ran out of
the Hind.
Yeah, I almost ran out of the rockets for him. Sniper Wolf 2.
I thought the Hind was a great fight.
I didn't hate the fight. I just hated the fact that he just kept moving so much. Sniper Wolf 2, I struggled with. Griff was there to watch that one. I just had issues finding her. It was a big area.
I struggled with that too. And then once I realized you can use the diazepam to slow her down. And then she got pretty easy after that.
Vulcan Raven sucked. I hate that guy.
See, on my personal YouTube, I have a video uploaded. When I fought him, he got stuck on a corner.
You were telling me that.
Yeah, I uploaded it to my Discord too.
I mean, I just hate him. It wasn't like a terribly hard fight. I mean, it wasn't easy, but I just don't like him.
Yeah, eventually he gets to a point where he starts running faster, and then it is kind of difficult to hit him.
But I just didn't like the
unless you have claymores.
I didn't like the
just
missiles. I hate those missiles.
The Nikita missiles?
Yeah, I hate them.
This is
hate
the best parts of the game.
No,
I used that for one spot, and that was just for the gas chamber room.
Yeah, that's the only place.
That is all I used it for. So well, anyway, I'll explain that later. Yeah,
guys playing this got me too inspired to play. That's what we like to hear, CJ. We'd like to see all of you try to play these games.
Absolutely,
yeah, everybody should play. That big giant robot sucked. I had some struggles with that at first.
Metal Rex.
Oh, the Rex.
And then Liquid Snake was not that bad.
Definitely cheesed it. Chaos was there for you.
Yeah.
And CJ saw the video.
The Liquid Snake combat fight wasn't that bad.
It's a good game like this one.
I hated the combat mechanics, but I loved the combat fights. Like,
the actual like the boss fights.
like the.
I feel like they
you know,
did really well with the boss fights.
I just mean like the hand-to-hand combat fights. Like I hated the combat
Oh.
system in this game, but I love those style fights.
See,
if
I'm the
there's
opposite. I hated the melee when you had to do fisticuffs.
I like that.
Fisties, baby, get fisted. Not a fan. But somebody was telling me that the Twin Snakes did add like a first-person perspective that you could actually use to shoot things.
In the second one, you can. The first one, for some reason, unless you're using the turret gun at the end, or the Nikita, or well, obviously the sniper rifle and the Stinger, but like the SOCOM and the FAMAS, you can't bring it up in first person. They only started doing that in part 2.
Yeah, well, so Twin Snakes is the GameCube remake. Apparently, has like the similar combat to the second one.
Oh,
DJ wants
okay.
to know how we did on Torture.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we. I'm pretty sure we all.
Yeah, we
all
all
survived the torture.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Shadowloo says melee gets way better in later games. First person with any weapon.
I won't know if the melee got better in the later games because I'm not going to play anymore.
Same.
All right.
So, was there any stuff that you did like?
Me?
Yeah. Or that you thought the game really well?
I mean, I hear that codec thing ringing in my head all day. So, I mean, I guess the sounds obviously stick with you. But Griff's back there singing right now. I mean, the whole aesthetic of the game was pretty good. Like, overall. I did like that. It wasn't like I like linear levels and stuff like that, so it was kind of linear. It wasn't super open area.
Right.
It kept everything contained.
Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are awesome.
Have to take your word for it.
Snake
Because we're not ready for the mastermind of Kojima.
Dude.
And the codex is his ringtone.
And there is my favorite Otacon. Is that his name?
Yeah.
The little nerd dude. Love that guy. I love that guy. He's my favorite character in the whole game.
Speaking of Otacon, did you see the Police Knots poster on the wall when you freed him from Gray Fox?
No.
The Cyborg Ninja, whatever you want to call him?
Mm-mm.
Apparently that is an actual game.
I think it is.
It is. I was actually going to check it out.
Yeah, I don't, but yeah, Otacon was my favorite part of the game. That's my homeboy.
So do you guys like know anything about like the actual story of the game, or is it because I know you guys pretty much skipped all the cutscenes and the codex conversations.
I
skipped
got enough of it to know what's going on.
Mostly what I skipped is all the unnecessary rambling.
Yeah.
I don't care about that doctor's backstory. I don't want to know what she got going on in her past life and about her dead dad. I just want to know about like what I need to do in this game. And there was there was a lot of fluff in those cutscenes that I just didn't need to know. So I would
play
watch
Peace Walker co-op is basically Pokemon Metal Gear Solid. Not a chance.
I only skipped a lot of the cutscene parts when Rick was watching because I knew it bothered him.
Rickles.
The fluff is what makes the game.
The fluff can go.
Oh, I can feel him getting agitated from here.
Yeah, I don't need all that fluff. But other than that, like
hashtag no fluff.
I didn't hate the game as much as I thought I would hate the game. I mean, I didn't have a choice.
Playing the wrong series doesn't like. You don't
like
cutscenes.
It's not like I played it on my own free will. Griff made me.
I didn't make you. You chose to be on this podcast. He was like, "Hey, we should choose games."
Griff made me play it. That's part of the.
Okay. Then we're even for having to play Donkey Kong Country too.
Yeah, we're even now. But like, I mean, that's part of the fun is like playing things that you never thought you'd play and seeing if you like it.
Sometimes
I like that. I like diving into a game that I've never even thought about playing.
I like it until we're playing Donkey Kong
Seeing-
Country too.
Seeing how I can beat it.
Sweet.
I mean, I guess I didn't have to play the game, but
Oh, wait a minute.
in the spirit of competition, I'm gonna play the game every time, and I'm gonna try
Valid.
my best to beat it
Valid.
first.
Hang on, sorry, I thought I had uploaded that.
Oh,
But,
anyways.
Hello, my son. Looks like my son Leo is in here.
Leo, what up?
Little Leo. I can't say
Welcome
little
in,
anymore.
Tiny
He
Freedom.
He is
Baby
12
Freedom.
now.
Baby Freedom is
Ooh.
here.
He is 12. And he's going to be Ghostface for Halloween.
What's up? You probably don't even know about that.
Freedom Gamer
He
Junior.
might not. One of the juniors. I have 3 boys.
3 juniors.
3 juniors, sir. Lucas, Logan, and Leo.
Dude, mine just turned 18.
Did she?
You talk me into it. I accept your MGS speedrun challenge, Slow-mo. Never.
What is your fastest time on MGS? Freedom was just saying before we started the podcast that it's possible to beat it within an hour. And that to me is just mind blowing because I could never, nor will I ever
You
even
have
attempt.
to literally know where everything is. Like, not get caught by those stupid turret cameras and whatever.
You would have to play that game probably 5,000 times.
Dude, I
regularly.
hated those camera turrets. Kind of tying into what Slow-mo was saying about the angle. It was very easy to run into a hallway with those and not know they were there.
Yeah.
If the hallway was jammed, like Rickles was saying in the chat while I was playing, you have to look in first person to know they're there. In a non-first person game, I'm not going to want to do that.
Yeah, first person.
Birds?
The birds. I mean, those
I
were.
did not shoot the birds.
The birds
I
didn't do
didn't-
anything. They were just
I don't
there.
either.
That's just aesthetic at that point.
It's not that
Yeah,
bad
when-
if you
when
cut
you're
out
about
the
to fight the
exploration
raven.
piece.
Yeah, I guess if you know where you're going, because like when I had to restart because I accidentally exited and didn't save it all, it took me a long time to get to that point. But once I knew where I was going, flew right through it.
Yep. Love you too, little buddy.
Twin
It's,
Snakes changes the game. You can
it's
shoot
an
out cameras,
improvement game.
monitors. Yeah, see, I thought that would have been a cool addition to this one.
Oh, and the twin snakes, yeah, because I tried using the stinger at one point, and it wouldn't destroy the camera. Even a stinger wouldn't.
Now I blew up the cameras in the in that room where you're locked in at the very end. I blew up the cameras.
You can also blow them up where you have to shoot the Nikita around to blow up the power thing.
Oh, can you
also
destroy
blows up the
those
cam.
there? Okay.
I destroyed
maybe
the
I
cameras.
I don't know if it works in the whole game, but in that
Right.
you can.
Yeah, I
Unless-
only tried in that one room because I couldn't figure out how to get out.
Lady Nova just hates birds. Slow-mo also hates things that fly.
I do in every game, but only when they attack me. Those birds didn't attack me; they were just there chilling.
Apparently, you can shoot them though, and it changes the scene with Vulcan Raven.
Oh,
But I didn't shoot them.
I mean, I did shoot him, but I also didn't watch the scene with Vulcan Raven. So.
Wow, Tiny appears. What up, Tiny?
welcome, brother.
All right.
I'm ready to see how y'all
Freedom.
did.
Yep.
Ready for me to play this?
Yep, go ahead. It's just basically going to be yeah, it's basically just going to be a small highlight reel. I just got music in the back. I don't have the game play music. I enjoyed the game. Like I said before, I had played this
Cool background.
back when the game very first came out on the PlayStation 1. I had played it and beat it a couple times, but I hadn't played it since, so it was kind of like going into another new game. I remember a little bit of highlights as I was going through, like obviously, like you guys said, Revolver Ocelot was pretty straightforward. I didn't really mind once you kind of get, for me at least, once I kind of got used to the camera angles and all that, and having to look first person for certain spots. It seems a little bit. Yeah, I had to add in the bathroom stealth kill there. But yeah, so but I thought it was pretty good. I had a really hard time in the beginning with Mantis because I didn't, I couldn't get the controller switch to work right. I don't know if my emulator just wasn't registering and all. But then once I lost like 3 or 4 times, people started telling me to shoot the bus, the two bus in the room, the 2 corners of the room, and basically when you destroy the 2 bus, it basically registers the same way as if you switch the controller, and he can't register where you're actually going to shoot him. So after a while, it wasn't really that bad. All of the other boss fights were pretty straightforward, I felt. Sniper Wolf was pretty straightforward, and that's the 2 busts I was talking about. And it really gave me a hard way to go at first. I think I died there like 3 or 4 times.
Retro Player 1 in the house.
Retro, what's going on? Great to see you there, buddy. Soundtrack was pretty straightforward. Gameplay was pretty straightforward. Once you got the silencer, it seemed okay. Until you got used to how you have to line up the shots, because of the fact that you're in that, as Sloma said, the security camera angle. It was kind of difficult. I realized that when I played I remember that when I played against Raven back in the day, I used the Nikita and it was extremely difficult. This time, I just used the Claymores that I picked up in the beginning and literally had no problem. I would double set them and he would basically run the outskirts and all that, so that wasn't really too bad. Had a hard time using the chaff grenades connected with the stinger for this fight right here. It just seemed like the chaps wasn't working for me, so I actually lost a lot of the time here against Rex as well, until I found the perfect spot as you're making him move around to stay just outside of reach of his rockets. And that seemed to be pretty straightforward as well. Overtop fighting with Liquid wasn't too bad. Died a few times because you have such a small area to kind of fight with. I kept trying to do like the 1-2 punch combo and all that, but after a while I pretty much took it over. I wound up beating the game. I think if you see at the end of the video,
I just wanted to stop at that point
Yeah.
for a second
I'm sorry.
point out how annoying that cutscene was if you died to
Where
that second phase and you had to watch all of this cutscene again.
Oh yeah, dude, every
I
single
got
time.
so tired of this cutscene, man.
Yeah.
Or I almost
absolutely.
launched my controller at the screen.
Yeah. And like I said, me losing 5 or 6 different times, I had to watch it every single time. And I'm like,
yeah,
come on.
super obnoxious.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so towards the end, it almost kind of reminded me of like the end of Halo, where you had to kind of get out with your vehicle and all that. Not too bad. With all that, I finished the game in, let's see.
I don't want to talk about my finish time or my deaths or my ration use.
Yeah, right
it's
there.
It's a lot.
9 hours and 40 minutes, saved 16 times, continued 30 times. I was found 21 times. Enemies killed, rations, yeah, not too bad. Leopard was my setting, or was my code name, so overall enjoyed the game. Like I had said before, I could see myself playing through again, just as like a random stream at some point, just to kind of add filler or whatever, if there's something that I can't think about what I would like to play. But overall, top tier game. I had played the first 3, so I kind of knew what to expect a little bit. But overall, I really like the game. And I would definitely recommend it to anybody else that would like to give it a shot.
I think your mouse is hovering over your video.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. I think that's just your mouse.
Maybe it's yours, yeah, because my mouse is not on the screen.
I purposely try to put my mouse in most of my videos just for Rick.
Just for Rick.
I do the same thing.
Does it bother him?
It sure does.
But only after you point it out to him. You have to make sure to point it out to him.
It's all he can stare at.
Back to this. He says, Leo said, cool background. That's actually just with the StreamYard. That's actually not my arcade. I wish. Retro Player 1 has a good arcade like that. 58 times. You had all 16 claymores. That's crazy. I had 4 because instead of crawling on the ground to pick them up, I just walked over them and blew them up.
The
Like I said,
thermal goggles is one of the things that helped really a lot, especially for the secondary sniper wolf fight. Because if you didn't want to take a chance of her just taking you out, if you actually were in the outside
a little bit.
view and you had the thermal goggles one, if you looked really close, you can actually see where her arrow, her shots are going to be. It's almost like a red laser, and you can kind of judge that. But yeah, that definitely helped out a bit.
I only used the thermal goggles for that one fight.
Rickles says we're rude.
We're not.
Y'all are rude.
One day I will have to make a trip down to Georgia. Slow-mo's down there. You're down there. I know a couple people down there. So Freedom, what did you think that the game did like really well or did like really bad, poorly, whatever?
Man, really, I understand that, for the time when it came out, even Kojima games in general, he is amazing at storytelling. I just felt at the same time, like Slow-mo said, they could have. I know they wanted you to have the feeling of all of the discussions and get the backstories of a lot of people and all that, but I also felt like in certain conversations there was way too much fluff as well. Like when you guys didn't hear anything about it, but when Dr. Naomi started talking about her backstory or whatever, it's like, yeah, that's like 10 minutes of commentary that I do not need right now,
Especially because it comes in a point of the game where you're like super just ready to keep going.
Yeah, it's literally close to the end of the game. It's like, all right, can we get through this, please? Overall, I feel like the combat, once you get used to it, for the time when it came out for the PlayStation 1 was very limited. I mean, it was cutting edge at the time. I feel like it was different for the time. Now, as for our standards of how games play now, it doesn't really hold up. Certain parts don't really hold up, but I feel like for the time, it was probably better. Because, I mean, we didn't have the analog sticks back then. We had to use just the regular controls and all that. We barely had R1, R2, L1, L2. But overall, I feel like for the time, it was probably top tier.
And I actually did play the entire game with a directional pad. I didn't use any analog sticks.
I feel like that probably would have been a hindrance to you, though.
I don't feel like it hindered me.
Maybe.
It just felt better. When I tried to use the analog, and I just kept running all over the place.
Welcome in, Hokie. I just saw that you were here there, sweetie.
All right.
Or just everybody just tried the scene. Hey, I'm down for that too.
Do a special first round showdown episode and
there's no analog controls anyways.
Chaos.
I used an analog stick the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about. Listening to try to play this game with joysticks and buttons. It would be kind of difficult.
I mean, I'm down for that challenge.
I'm not. Don't bring that bullshit over here.
I've recently started doing that, hooking up my arcade controller and playing games with it just to see how I do.
All right.
That you can see in the background, right? Which hand is working? This one. Yeah, up there.
Nice. I think you showed me that when you got it.
I did.
You were super stoked when you got it.
Yeah. Has my name engraved on it and everything.
Well, I used an analog stick, Rickles. Don't get all technical. Your series has some of the best analog controls. See, look, analog controls. My only gripe is not being able to walk, only sprint everywhere.
Yeah, you would think for a sneaking game there would be a way to sneak.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
So, like sneaky, like swiper no swiping. So,
I think you could do that in either the second or the third one.
I like any show with Rick in it.
This one was easier because some games didn't use the second stick for movement. Facts. Like this one. The right stick did nothing.
I mean, it really didn't need to because you didn't need.
Yeah, it's fixed camera.
Yeah.
All right. My turn now, huh?
It's your
Yes,
turn.
sir.
Like you pointed out, Smo, the movement in this game.
Trash.
And then it did these only in the beginning. It only did these in the beginning. Why go through the trouble of doing all this just to stop it like so early in the game? Hated it. I hated the movement in general.
Yeah.
Got stuck on corners like that so many times in this room. Actually, that staircase that you see back there, I got stuck on that so many times. Contributed to so many of the deaths that I had in this game.
Oh, with the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be walking and then suddenly he'd be like against the wall, but the wall was like the banister. And so the movement, I just feel like, granted it is a PS1 game, I feel like it could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the picture that they have with their the mounting plate of the joystick on the top cover. What is going on there?
What do you mean? I didn't make it.
Oh, that's just the way it's made?
Yeah. It was made for me. Don't worry about what it is. I love it, and you don't have to use it. So
Yeah, mind your business, Rickles.
right. Don't come in here being judgmental.
Yeah. And then the second thing that I really hated. So
I was just looking at my joystick there.
this video that I have is 1:06 long. Minute and 6 seconds long. I could talk, I swear. It's at 16 times the speed. So it is a 16-minute cutscene.
Damn.
Or 0 minutes if you skip it.
Or 0 if you skip it. And apparently all of these scenes are from Police Knots, according to the credits. So,
Oh, I saw it right there, yeah.
yeah. Leo says he also likes your background. And a wild Felicia appears.
Felicia is here. She makes
Felicia is here.
makes an appearance. Welcome,
She do.
sweetheart. I can't believe
Shadowloo
that-
says, I can't believe there's a story in this campaign. Who did this?
It's not the fact that there's a
First
story.
off,
I appreciate
not complaining that there's a story. I'm complaining that there's 16 minutes of cutscene in which I can't do anything.
There's a lot of fluff.
But sit there and watch.
That I didn't need.
Yes. It took you from one codec conversation, a cutscene with one of the characters, to another codec conversation,
Yep.
to another cutscene for 16 minutes. I would expect that from like an RPG, not like an action shooter like this.
Yeah.
Wild Amber appears. What up?
Hey,
Hey,
Amber. Hey,
sweetie.
Felicia.
Yeah, it's like I said, Kojima, he does amazing work. It's all about the storytelling.
And then Leo says, hi, Aunt Felicia. Going to make a game that is only a codec simulator? They have one. It's called 911 Simulator.
Which I have on my Switch.
It's actually not a bad game.
It's not. I actually enjoy it for passing the time. And some of the stuff that is in that game, like some of the conversations that you as the operator have to deal with, it's kind of ridiculous.
Okay. So got a couple more videos here. Some things that I liked. I really liked the mission log. I wish RPGs would incorporate something like this. Basically just telling you what you're doing, especially when you were like, you stop playing for like a long time, just pick it right back up and know what you're doing. and what the last thing that you were doing was. Super convenient, especially for spacey people like me. It's something small that people probably don't think about, but I love it. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green do it. Not that you really need it for Pokemon, but
What are you doing in Pokemon? Catching Pokemon.
oh yeah.
Pretty much.
And and one of my favorite things in this game, even though I didn't use it that often, was the box mechanic. Just walking around in a box. It's so fucking goofy.
That's classic.
But it actually works.
I didn't use that box at all, and I should
I
have.
clipped it a little bit too soon. But I went up the staircase up there to the left, and he just
Did he say, "What's the box"?
he said, "What's this box doing here?"
Yeah.
Well,
And he's like,
there
"Oh,
was
it's just a box."
there was one point, me and Griff was watching me play, and I was using the box just like playing around when he told me about it. And the guy walked up to me and goes, "This doesn't look right," and then just took off running.
Yeah,
Like you got caught, or
No, he took off
just-
running in the
oh, he
opposite
just ran.
direction.
Oh.
He ran in the opposite direction.
but it's
Like,
also
no.
how you fast travel. You equip
Oh,
the
yeah.
box and you kneel down in the truck, and it'll carry you to different areas of the map.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either until I was at too late to go back to other stuff. People love the box. Box's Bay Halloween costume for sure. That's a
One
super
more-
cheap one.
One more thing I didn't like about this game while I'm thinking about it. I hated that I couldn't jump. And it shows cutscenes where he's like flipping through the air after an explosion and I can't even jump.
Yeah.
I hated that.
I mean, Revolver Ocelot, right straight off the bat, when Revolver shoots at your feet, he literally like does a high jump back.
Right. And I can't even jump a little tiny bit.
Something else I really hated was the crane. The hitbox on the crane was redonkulous. Like you'd be tucked on the wall, and then it would start moving, and it just suddenly hit you, and it's not even close to you.
I completely forgot about that part where the lava was, or the
Yeah.
metal works or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hitboxes in this game are completely jank. Link can jump in Ocarina of Time if you hold the
Yep.
control stick forward and A, he will jump.
Yeah.
He also does a jumping slash.
He does.
He also jumps backwards.
You say that about Ocarina of Time. Now I have the Market Street music stuck in my head with that damn chicken.
Chicken
Dun, dun,
sounds good.
dun, 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 dun.
I'm a little hungry and chicken sounds
Semantics. It's not
delightful.
semantics. He also jumps off of cliffs. If you're holding a cuckoo, he flies.
Yep.
Well, glides.
Snake can do a jump.
Not in the PS1 version.
You can do.
Leo wants to know how to subscribe.
There should be a button to the left or to the right of our name on the YouTube app.
You know
It's
how
our
to
first Round
subscribe.
Showdown,
You
right next to it
subscribe
says subscribe.
my personal YouTube to a bunch of random stuff.
Also, if you have the live chat open, you can hit the X and close the live chat, and then there should be a subscribe button there.
Yeah,
Snake!
Live chat does have to be closed.
Yeah, it does. It's also how you like the live, guys. Don't forget to do that.
Yes, please.
It's also where the bell icon is.
There's 9 people watching and we only have 6 likes. That means 3 of you have not liked our live, and that's sad.
How can
Chickens
you
are
do
angry
this?
for no
How
reason.
can you do this to us?
Jerks.
Snake. So that's something else I enjoyed. When you died, people would be talking to you on the codec. It is different enemies. Thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Other games have done that to great effect, like Arkham Asylum was really good at that to an
Yeah.
annoying extent.
I think I remember that.
See, I called people out. Now we got 8 likes. Thanks, guys.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Back
Whoever
down
the
to
2 of you
6.
were, we appreciate it.
All that being said and out the way, what do you guys think of the game as like an independent? Where do you rank it?
Oh, we're doing the ranking now, huh? I'm gonna put it at a solid D for a dumpster fire.
I think overall, I'm going to have to go with F.
Yeah.
F. That's probably more accurate.
I don't know. I think it's at least a C for me. Like I said, I feel like it was top tier at the time, but I don't think the controls and stuff aged well. But I mean, I did enjoy playing through it again. So I'd have to say C.
So you said D.
Put it at a C.
C.
C, D, and F.
No, buddy. Not
this is not
today,
the
son.
No. If I'm being honest, I did not hate this game as much as I thought it would, and I actually did enjoy playing most of the game. There were
Sure
parts
enough.
there were parts of the game that I didn't enjoy, obviously, and
I
that's
will roll over in this grave for this ranking.
so
Rankings are appalling.
I'm gonna give it a B. I would play it again, probably, but I would probably do the Twin Snakes version if I was gonna play it again.
One of the things I actually realized when I was doing, and I need to do that with, it's already it's going to be out of the bag now, but like enough people have already commented on my last before this game even got picked. The last gaming sound pop quiz I did was Gray Fox, but a lot of people commented on the video saying that it was Psycho Manus. It wasn't Psycho Manus, but doing the video for the gaming sound pop quiz before we even picked this game this week, I found out that it's a different voice actor from the PlayStation 1 version to the Twin Snakes version of Gray Fox.
Yeah.
I found my
Twin Snakes version, just because I feel like it might be it might make the game more attractive to me. So I think that's probably what I would do if I was going to play it again. It wouldn't be anytime soon. Maybe
found
later.
my rankings here.
But yeah, I did enjoy the game overall. I wouldn't put it at a solid.
So
B.
you may not be able to see that clearly. 96 continues, which means I died 96 times. And I used 170 rations, and I was found 68 times.
Well,
To be fair, stealth has never been my thing. Okay.
I didn't.
Now,
I thought this game was going to be a lot more stealth than it was. If it was more stealth, I would have hated this game a lot more.
where the tier thing died.
Definitely top tier for the new logo there, Griff.
Yeah, I do love that new logo.
Thank you. Shout out to B for that.
But yeah, Freedom says C. I say B. Griff, what do you say?
I'm actually going to say F. I just wanted to mess with Shadow Lose. I think it was a fantastic game, even though stealth isn't my thing. I died a lot, and I was really frustrated with that. But all in all, I'd have to say S ranking.
S ranking.
Yes.
Nice.
So Griff puts it at S. I put it at B. I think a common middle ground would have to be A.
Probably.
Me and him saying B and C. You saying S. And I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if it was a low A.
I would definitely go with a hard C, a soft B, because like I said, it's an overall enjoyable game. Everything about it was pretty great. I feel like it would hold up better back in the day, and definitely the Twin Snakes version would probably be smoother for people nowadays. And as well, while I was playing, someone was actually letting me know that they have a master collection coming out tomorrow, as a matter of fact, that has all 3 games And what we were talking about, Griff, the NES games also.
I think that's what I saw. Metal Gear 1 and 2, and then Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and that's going to be on PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X.
Just last, my dude. Oh, I'm always down for steak.
Griff is asking you out on a date at this point.
So, are we okay with the A or B? What are we thinking here? I think A is acceptable.
I'd say
I'm
A.
good with the A. I'm
Yeah,
definitely good
I'm
with
good
the
with
A. And me saying C is just me kind of thinking about the time aspect. Like I said, PlayStation, when it came out for the original PlayStation, it was definitely top tier, and nobody had seen anything like it. So, but I think A is a solid answer.
I say A because I skipped all the cutscenes. If I couldn't skip the cutscenes, I would have stuck with D.
Yeah, if I couldn't skip the cutscenes, it would have been an F for real. I doubt I would have finished it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have sat through all that. There is no way.
Mm. I as a person who readily plays RPGs, 16 minutes for a cutscene, unacceptable. And I get it, it's purveying the story, and it's story elements that you need for the story. 16 minutes? Nah. All I'm saying, a better author could get it done in less time.
I'm wondering how long. I'm wondering how long. Now that you say that, I'm wondering how long the cutscene is when you're about to fight Liquid, because after you come out of that office and you have to go towards Liquid just before you're about to fight Rex, there's a pretty long cutscene there too.
Yeah, I didn't time that one. When I was thinking of long cutscenes, the one that I clipped was the actual one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I know I was really annoyed at that point. But just thought of something else I really hated. The backtracking in this game. There's 2 instances where it takes you like really far back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one, the first one takes you all the way back to the armory.
The first warehouse, yeah.
Yep. And
to get
I was so
PSG
annoyed
one.
with that. Mm-hmm. And then it takes you back again when you have to get the sniper rifle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The PSG one was in the first.
Oh yeah,
warehouse.
okay, yeah.
But then when you had to change the temperature of the keys.
Yeah, that was the second time. The second major backtrack.
Annoying.
I am not a fan of backtracking.
No.
Again, somebody who makes a better game could have got it done in less.
Yeah.
But so would you guys say that you would replay this?
Yeah, I'd replay it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I would do the Twin Snakes version.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I actually do plan to stream the second, third, and fourth one. Maybe the fifth one. I think I have the fifth one on PS5, on my PS4, PS5, somewhere. I have one of them somewhere, but I do plan to play them.
Nice.
Somebody said on the fourth one that there's like an hour-long cutscene after you beat the game.
What?
Yeah. Shadowless probably knows a little bit more about that than I do. That's just secondhand knowledge to me.
Rickle says, spoiler alert, you're going to hate 4. It's basically a movie.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Yeah. 4 does have a lot of cutscenes. That's okay. I got a skip button.
I think it's time
PS4 brought you to tears. They're well made. Well,
Griff, I have a question now.
What's that?
Did you ever think of a replacement game for the wheel?
I did. And it is Hercules, Disney's Hercules on the PS1.
All right. I will type it in right now.
Is that a game that you've always wanted to play, or is that just like something you kind of randomly picked?
So I've played it, but I've never beaten it. It's a very fun game, from what I recall. Of course, now my memory could be skewed, and I completely hate it. But we're gonna find out eventually. And I know that might seem like a weird choice, considering I'm wearing a Guar shirt, but I love Disney games and movies, and
Man, you're wearing a Guar shirt. What? It would be absolutely perfect if Beavis and Butthead came up,
dude, wouldn't it?
because that's
Also wearing a Guar hat.
That's basically what the Sega Genesis game, is all about. Them trying to get
Yeah, get into the Guar concert.
Get in the Guar concert. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but it's actually I can't see it. Glows in the dark.
Nice.
Well, I don't know about you all, but I'm ready to find out what we're playing next.
Yeah, me too, man.
I've been thinking about this for 2 days.
Let us go.
Right.
Gonna randomize it a couple times.
Hit it with that shuffle.
Here we go.
Cross your fingers for a freedom game. That's what I'm hoping for.
I feel like once we get to the freedom games, you guys are gonna be...
is it gonna happen?
Ah!
Oh, let's go, baby!
Yes.
Oh, that means I gotta host again next week.
You do have to host again next week, but that's fine.
I think we're all
Oh
excited.
my god.
Oh no.
An organic Ninja 5.0.
Good shit.
We didn't even it wasn't even like a choice. Like Ninja 5.0 is it. Oh, I'm so happy now. I'm streaming this tonight, guys. I just want you to know.
The wheel
delivers.
Yes.
The wheel took care of us.
Nice.
I am excited.
I wonder how long this game is.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. You said 5 levels. Like 5 worlds, or
about 3.5 hours?
3.5 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I mean isn't that bad, seeing as Donkey Kong Country 2 took me about 2 hours total. So.
No, Nova. We
So
none of us
happy.
Griff brought it to our attention, and I think each one of us kind of took a couple minutes to check it out.
And I did not want to put it down. It was hard for me to put down.
3 or 4 levels per world. Okay.
It's basically like Shinobi, but he has some extra abilities that make it a little bit different.
Yeah.
I am excited. So excited.
We've all been wanting to play it like real bad.
We talk about
cool
it
that we got it.
every week before
Every
the
stream.
podcast starts. We are always like, "Is today the day for Ninja 5.0?"
Right.
Also going to have to come up with another replacement.
I think today is actually the day we didn't talk about it, and the wheel was like, "Yeah, today's the day."
It's a great game. What I played of it was great. I can already tell. I already know one problem I'm going to have, and I've already talked about it. So
really,
I'll talk about it here.
I'm very excited.
The swinging in circles on the platforms is very problematic for me.
Loved it. I can't wait to play this game.
Just make sure you don't take out any innocent civilians.
I will take out everybody.
Apparently, Rickles has already beaten it, so
nice.
Here is that.
I am so excited right now.
Welcome back.
Ninja 5.0, guys.
Ninja 5.0 is the pick. They're retro.
I hate to say it, but I think the podcast has hit its peak early.
What?
Let's give them a little preview.
There you go.
We should do that every week.
Yeah.
Do like a gameplay trailer.
That'd be pretty cool.
It is also a Konami game.
Konami.
Nice.
The second best video game developer, publisher, whatever.
Who would you say the first is?
Capcom.
Capcom.
Yeah. For me, at least, especially when we're talking retro video games, Capcom is it for me. Any game you can name Konami made, I can pull a game off the shelf right now.
There we go. That's swinging right there. That's what I'm going to have problems with.
Oh, so much fun.
And you like level certain things up, right? Like you level your attack and your sword and all that as you go through.
I don't know. I didn't make it that far. I had to put it down immediately, or I was gonna never put it down.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna want to beat this.
Oh, it looks like so much fun.
I
I'm so
can't wait,
excited.
dude.
It's going to be a good time.
I'm so excited. This is the happiest I've been all week.
Nice.
One of you could play the game while you all talk. We could. That's not what we're trying to do here, though. We're trying to see if we can beat it on our own time and then just discuss it. I've thought about streaming on First Round Showdown podcasts from time to time.
We need to get our TikTok up to 1,000 so we can
Yeah.
stream on there as well.
Oh yeah.
Or when Konami Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I did stream on the YouTube one time.
Turtles in
but I
Time
think-
Reshelled was solid. It was a pretty good game.
I think I might stream on the YouTube tonight.
Like
Wow.
Bionic Commander meets
So you
Shinobi,
lose
pretty
whenever
much.
you get hit. That's what I was thinking. Rick.
So it's like just like findable upgrades that you just find on the
Yeah.
map.
And then once you get hit, you lose them.
So that happens at Shinobi too, right?
Which kind of reminds me, there was another game that I was thinking about
Is it Shinobi?
that did that. I can't remember what it was.
So this is basically Ninja Gaiden, pretty much.
Nice. Can't wait to see what the soundtrack's going to be in that game too.
And Ninja 5.0?
Yeah.
I don't need any music.
I do. I definitely need I need something playing.
That's one of the things that kind of make it for me in any game I play. The soundtrack, whether it's good or bad.
I wouldn't be able to play Mega Man X. As much as I love the gameplay of Mega Man X, if the music to that game wasn't so good, I wouldn't be able to play it nearly as much.
Shadowloo says sounds like beeps and boops.
I'm fine with beeps and boops, honestly, if they're well orchestrated beeps and boops.
True.
Nothing that's going to bother Griff.
I just want
Yeah.
everybody to know that.
It's when it's excessive, like Contra. I don't know what it is about Contra, but just constantly.
And what was I playing the one day? You said something about the sound of the walking around. What game was I playing when you said that? You said the walking was bothering you. Was it the Republic Commando?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I know the same thing happened in Final Fantasy 13, so I'll never be able to play through it.
Oh, really? Oh,
so
you
you
know
can
what it
actually
was?
hear like the footsteps.
Now that I
Yeah.
think about it, you know what it was? It was Star Wars Dark Forces 2.
Yes. Yeah, you walk around in that
His-
sewer type
dude,
area.
His steps and his walking is so obnoxious.
I'll do you one better, Shadowloo, and say that it has the best soundtrack on SNES. Better than both Donkey Kong games and the third one, obviously. But
I just want to make sure everybody in here sets a reminder on their phone to tune in next week to see our first S rank.
First S rank.
First S rank.
Dark Forces
calling
was great, Shadowloo. I was playing that a couple months ago as on streaming, and Griff joined in, and he was telling me about. I hadn't really thought about it because you can hear it, but the walking around is very obnoxious. The sound, anyway, of his footsteps.
yeah, repetitive like beeps and such. For whatever reason, it gives me an immense headache.
I would have to think about SNES soundtrack to combat that claim. I know it's probably because I grew up mainly with the Genesis over the Super Nintendo. I've always felt, even the games that I've played on both systems, I always thought that the Genesis had a better soundboard.
No, I agree. I love the sounds on this. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I've always said that games. I prefer Sega for the most part.
Rickles is on his way to getting banned. I just want to point that out.
There's no need, Shads. The KC best soundtrack.
Resident Evil does that too.
Yes.
Kind of, but it's not as obnoxious. It's not as noticeable.
Yeah.
Triple S.
Do it. You won't. Oh boy. Calling his bluff. Yeah, I think with Resident Evil, all the Resident Evil games, there's
Bet.
at least other stuff going on with the Dark Forces 2 game. At least you're constantly running or walking, switching it up, and it's just as loud as the gunfire of the game.
I didn't ban him, but I did put him in timeout for 10 seconds.
Genesis has a sound chip that does bass really well, but the SNES chip is much more versatile. SNES and Genesis both have fantastic sounds.
Yeah. I think it comes down to a matter of preference.
Probably.
Did you really put him in timeout? I
Yeah,
was
for
just
10
fucking
seconds.
around with him.
Oh, I put him in timeout for 10 seconds.
Oh.
10 seconds.
Oh, I deleted all his messages on the in the app.
Oh no.
He's a PC kid.
Oh, love you, Rick.
I grew up with the PC as well, the retro, and which I feel I want to stream more old school PC games, but I don't know how they would do now. When I streamed like Wolfenstein 3D, a ton of people came in and loved it. You know, even over Quake and the original Doom, a ton of people came in more for Wolfenstein 3D. So.
All right, guys.
386.66 represent. I don't know what that means.
If you all want to hang out and chat with the people, go for it. I have to run.
That is going to be it. Absolutely. This was a great episode. Thank you guys so much for being here. We got an amazing game we're all going to be playing this week. Absolutely amazing.
5-0 on the Game Boy Advance.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Try to start it tomorrow. If not, I'll probably start it on Wednesday.
Here, baby.
A little bit of it's an old computer. I never had a computer as a kid. I was a po kid from Kentucky. But yeah, that is it for us, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, we'll be back next week, next Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. You get notifications anytime we go live.
Love you all.
That is it for us, guys.
And another reminder, still not wearing pants.
There it is.
Still not wearing pants.
Love you guys. Great to see you guys. We'll catch you later.
That is it. See you guys.